This is also the case with the modern atheists who also dare to flout the authority of the Lord. According to Wordwell, flout means to treat with contemptuous disregard, flout the rules. There are atheists nowadays uh, who actually flout the authority of the Lord. They flout the authority of the Lord. They have both contempt and disregard for God. Richard Dawkins is a famous uh, atheist, evangelistic atheist, you can say. And there are some others who very powerfully try to convince uh, their audience that God doesn't exist and they want to liberate mankind from this illusion. But unfortunately, they will also have to die. They are also under the clutches of old age, disease, and death. They are under the control of nature. And as Prabhupada remarked in 1977, whether you call the controlling authority God or nature, there is some controlling authority. You are not completely in control of your situation. Such atheists will be dealt with similarly, for history repeats itself. Whenever men neglect the authority of the Lord, nature and her laws are there to penalize them. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita in the well-known verse, Yada yada hi dharmasya glani. Whenever there is a decline of dharma and a rise of adharma, Arjuna, then I incarnate myself. This is from Bhagavad Gita 4:7. This is clear. That the Supreme Lord is all perfect is confirmed in all Shruti mantras. It is said in the Shruti mantras that the all perfect Lord threw a glance over matter and thus created all living beings. Srila Sridhar Swami has quoted from the Shruti, and this is what Srila Prabhupada has in mind when he made that statement, that the Shruti says the Supreme Lord is all perfect. All perfect means fully cognizant. Sa ikshata lokanusrja iti. Sa iman lokanasrjata. He glanced. Let me create the worlds. Let me create all of them. Let me create all these living beings. He then created all of these living beings. It is said in the Shruti mantras that the all perfect Lord threw a glance over matter and thus created all living beings. The living beings are parts and parcels of the Lord, and He impregnates the vast material creation with seeds of spiritual sparks, and thus the creative energies are set in motion to enact so many wonderful creations. So the Supreme Lord, He impregnates this material creation with the living entities in the form of seeds. This is directly taken from Bhagavad Gita 14.3. Mamayonirmahad brahma tasmin garbham dadhamyaham sambhava sarvabhutanam tato bhavati bharata. O son of Bharata, the source of birth, which is the supreme material existence that belongs to me, in that I create pregnancy. Thus, thereafter, there is the possibility of all living entities. In other words, there is the birth of all living entities. The total material substance called Brahman is the source of birth, and it is that Brahman that I impregnate, making possible the births of all living beings, O son of Bharata. This is an explanation of the world. Everything that takes place is due to the combination of Kshetra and Kshetragya, the body and the spirit soul. This combination of material nature and the living entity is made possible by the Supreme God Himself. The Mahat Tattva is the total cause of the total cosmic manifestation, and that total substance of the material cause, in which there are three modes of nature, is sometimes called Brahman. For instance, in the Mundaka Upanishad, The Mahatattva has been called Brahman. Tasmadetad Brahma Nama Rupam Annam Cha Jayate. The Supreme Person impregnates that Brahman with the seeds of the living entities. The 24 elements, beginning from earth, water, fire, and air, are all material energy and they constitute what is called Mahat Brahma, the great Brahman, the material nature. As explained in the 7th chapter, beyond this, there is another superior nature, the living entity. Into material nature, the superior nature is mixed by the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And thereafter, all living entities are born of this material nature. The scorpion lays its eggs in piles of rice. And sometimes it is said that the scorpion is born out of rice. But the rice is not the cause of the scorpion. Actually, the eggs were laid by the mother. Similarly, material nature is not the cause of the birth of the living entities. The seed is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they only seem to come out as products of material nature. Thus, every living entity, according to its past activities, has a different body created by this material nature, so that the entity can enjoy or suffer according to its past deeds. The Lord is the cause of all the manifestations of living entities in the material world. Now, this is a subject which will be explained in further detail in the Srimad Bhagavatam, so I will not discuss this further and further right now. An atheist may argue that God is no more expert than a watchmaker. But of course, God is greater because He can create machines in duplicate male and female forms. The male and female forms of different types of machineries go on producing innumerable similar machines without God's further attention. If a man could manufacture such a set of machines that could produce other machines without His attention, then he could approach the intelligence of God. He could approach the intelligence of God. He still does not have the complete intelligence of God, but that would be one step. But that is not possible, for each machine has to be handled individually. Therefore, no one can create as well as God. Another name for God is Asamordhva, which means that no one is equal to or greater than Him. Sama means equal, Urdhva means superior, Asama Urdhva, Asamordhva means he who has no one equal or no one superior to him. That is the name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Param Satyam, or the Supreme Truth, is he who has no equal or superior. This is confirmed in the Shruti mantras. It is said that before the creation of the material universe there existed the Lord only, who is master of everyone. That Lord instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge. That Lord instructed Brahma in Vedic knowledge. That Lord has to be obeyed in all respects. Anyone who wants to get rid of the material entanglement must surrender unto Him. Now, this is directly taken from the Shvetashvatara Upanishad as quoted by Acharya Sridhara Swami here. Yo Brahmanam Vidhati Purvam Yo Vai Vedamscha Prahinoti Tasmai Tam Hadevam Atma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshur Vai Sharanamaham Prapadye. I surrender. I, the seeker of liberation, I surrender unto that Lord who had previously taught the Vedas to Lord Brahma and who manifests knowledge about himself. This is taken from Shvetashvatara Upanishad, and this is what Prabhupada is referring to here. This is also confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. Where is it confirmed in Bhagavad Gita? And that's a very famous verse. Daivi hyesha gunamayi mama maya duratyaya mameva ye prapadyante mayam etam taranti te. Bhagavad Gita 7:14. This divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me can easily cross beyond it. So, Prabhupada continues, unless one surrenders unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, it is certain that he will be bewildered. He will be bewildered by the three modes of material nature. The three modes of material nature. They cover up everyone within this world. त्रिभिर् गुणमयैर् भावैर् एभिः सर्वमिदं जगत् मोहितं नाभिजानाति मामेभ्यः परमव्ययम्. By the states of being consisting of the three gunas, by all of them, this entire universe is deluded, and therefore this world does not know me, the inexhaustible Supreme, who am above these three modes of material nature, deluded by the three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance. The whole world does not know me, who am above the modes and inexhaustible. So until we surrender them unto Krishna, we cannot understand. We will be bewildered. And we can see in the Bhagavad Gita that after Arjuna surrenders unto Krishna, his bewilderment is over. नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान् मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव. Arjuna said, my illusion is dispelled. I have regained my memory by your mercy. O infallible Krishna, I am situated in my position in a state in which all my doubts are removed. I shall execute your order. Arjuna said, my dear Krishna, infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt, and I am prepared to act according to your instructions. This is the condition of a person whose illusion is gone and who has regained his memory. We have all been made to forget by Maya that we are actually Krishna's eternal servants. So when we surrender to Krishna, like Arjuna, we will also become free from our bewilderment. When an intelligent man surrenders unto the lotus feet of Krishna and knows completely that Krishna is the cause of all causes, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, then only can such an intelligent man become a Mahatma or a great soul. But such a great soul is rarely seen. बहूनां जन्मनामन्ते ज्ञानवान् मां प्रपद्यते वासुदेवः सर्वमिति स महात्मा सुदुर्लभः. After many repeated births and deaths, one who is in full knowledge, he surrenders unto me. He knows that the personality of God and Krishna is everything. Knowing thus, that great soul, he surrenders unto me, but he is very rare to be seen. After many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is. Such a great soul is very rare. So that is what Prabhupada is referring to here. Only the Mahatmas can understand that the Supreme Lord is the primeval cause of all creations. He is Parama or ultimate truth because all other truths are relative to him. He is the supreme truth. Every other truth refers to an entity, something that exists. He is the supreme entity. All other truths are relative to him means that they are all dependent on him. He is omniscient. He knows everything. He has all knowledge that he needs to know. For, for, for him there is no illusion. Because he is a supreme being, he has absolute, complete knowledge. Whatever he needs to know, he knows. And in reality, you can even say he needs to know whatever he doesn't. He knows even what he doesn't need to know. He is absolute in his possession of knowledge. For him, there is no illusion. Nirastakuhakam. Absolutely free from bewilderment of any type.